Like I told you before, I usually have my left thumb hanging outside while I'm opening, so that when I'm opening the hole, the wall is still centered. Okay, that's the idea of hanging my thumb on the outside. And you want to keep on digging from the middle of the center of the hole until you reach the bottom. I would say about quarter of an inch. I would like to show you my fingers on the inside of the hole, but I don't have one person shooting the video, so it's sitting on the tripod, so I cannot bring the camera to show you how I position my fingers. But basically I'm using two of my fingers. After I reach the bottom, these two fingers, I just go back and forth to compress the bottom. Couple times, and also to make the bottom floor flat instead of a V shape. Yeah, if you have a problem with the seeing the opening, I have other videos. I have other videos showing how I open my holes. I don't remember the number, but there I have a clear view, the top view from the top angle to show you how I position my fingers. And once I have opened my hole, compressed the bottom floor, then I don't usually try to lift up my wall this wide. So I usually will like to kind of color it in. But before I do that, since this piece of clay is very thick and large, I would just use my this part with my finger inside and kind of both hands push and squeeze the clay up a little bit. Make it thinner, especially on the bottom corner. So this is what I do. Usually push the clay and lift the wall. So that my wall will be a bit thinner. And I keep my fingers compressing on the rim so that the rim is level always. So now my wall is a bit thinner. Then I'm going to color in. Basically, when I'm coloring, I'm kind of using my fingers holding on the outside and kind of squeeze the clay very gently. You're not coloring too much at a time. And still, the bottom here is still quite white. I would make it narrower by just using my 2 fingers and kind of grab the clay and squeeze it. Bring the clay into the middle. So now, see that my bottom was this wide, but now it's getting narrower. And then keep on squeezing it, color it in, make the cylinder a little bit narrower. Bring the clay up. And compress the rim. Okay, and now I remove the slip up my fingers and coat it back on the surface of my cylinder. Remove it again, put it inside the hole, a little bit of water, and then I'm going to grab the slip I toasted it in and gradually coat it all over on my inside wall. Okay, so now everywhere is slippery. I am ready to lift it up. Slip and just toss it inside the cylinder. Compress the rim a little bit and even color it in, make it even narrower. So another lift. slip out my fingers and put it inside again. Now it's getting too tall. See that my arm, if I bend my arm, it's gonna hit the rim here. So I have to stand up using my whole length of my arm to throw. But before I lift it up, make sure it is slippery everywhere. And adjust my paddle so it's close to my body. And while I'm lifting it, I could also adjust the speed of my wheel. Okay, slippery, make sure on the inside. And here's a little bit of a slip, extra slip. I hold it inside my palm, so when I'm feeling kind of dryish, I can give the cylinder a little bit of lubricate by just pushing the slip to the surface. Okay, so always lift it up from the very bottom. So I usually lift the cylinder as tall as I can, and until the clay tells me that wait, you have to stop. That's when I find out that you see that my wall here is kind of wobble a little bit. That's because of too much of torque I've been working on the top. So if I keep on lifting it, eventually the cylinder will collapse. So by now I'm not going to lift it up again, but for the rim here, it's still a little bit thick. I can thin it down a little bit here on the rim. And get the slip to coat it on the surface. Since my wall is wobble a little bit, so I have to be very careful while I'm trying to shape it. So my very first shaping is using my fingers holding on the outside, and while my inside finger is pushing it out. The outside finger basically is not doing anything, just very gently holding on the outside wall. And make a rough shape. Be a bit thicker. And kind of trim it off so that I have a whole idea. Okay, this is the finished pot. It's about 11 pounds and 10 ounces porcelain. Like I said in my previous videos, I usually spend most of my time on making the shape. Basically the lifting and the centering lifting. Probably it takes only about a quarter or maybe 1/3 of my time, and after that I just expand the shape patiently, slowly, but very steady, until I find the perfect shape I like, and then I stop. So you can see that I keep on changing, making the lips, this part. I spend a lot of time on the detailing on the very top portion, and finally I end up with this kind of shape. Okay, so this is the 11 pound and 10 ounces of porcelain, and I try to throw. I kind of limited the using the water. So if you check my splash pen, I don't have a drip of water in my splash pen. I usually use the slip removed from my fingers and coat it back to the surface and throw it again. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.